Don't take so long to pierce the night's veil, and the birds only have a dirge to sing. Another empty morning with a black-eyed tail, and dark portents of what the dusk will bring. Sunlight tendrils glide through the broken blood, slaying shadows in a motel room, trying to stroke warmth onto a mascara-rivered face, as if to apologize for having to leave so soon. Juliette stares unblinking at the ceiling. She knows the day's just midnight's calling card. She's gone past thinking, and she's trying to forget feeling. These days those things show her scant regard. Tommy comes in whistling from the shower, throws her clothes into her face and finger clicks. Come on, get dressed, check out times in an hour, and I ain't paying extra because you've been sick. Through her unswollen eye, Juliette gazes at him. The boy she loved become a man she hates. Endings never match the way the stories begin, and her burnt-out soul holds a pain that never abates. She lifts her head and winces as she does so. Her cheek is swollen, dry blood blocks her nose. Tommy said, "No limits," and they laughed, "Let's go." He counts the cash as she loses count of the blows. 17 seems 1,000 years ago. Happiness feels like a myth that doesn't exist. Around each soft scent rose, choking weeds do grow, and the the first step to damnation is off the kiss. Tommy was a small town boy who seemed to have made good. He came home with the car, the cash, the look, flashing pearl white smiles all around the neighborhood. How he came by it all stayed a closed book. All the girls vied for his attention. They toss their hair and drop unsubtle hints. Juliette was shy in each way you could mention, and that innocence, the devil's eye, seldom squints. Tommy's snake oil tongue dripped its charm, flattery and persuasion in equal measure. If you really love me was his means to disarm. What better way to plunder sacred treasure? I've got to head back to the city, he said. There's nothing in this town to tie me down. Non-entities and people who are the walking dead. It's been fun, but I guess I'll see you around. First time tears fell from Juliette's sapphire eyes, the first drops that will become a stagnant lake. Smiling at the sight, Tommy knew he had his prize. He grinned o'er here's an opportunity to take. His mouth painted pictures in multicolored venom. Come with me please, I can't bear to leave you behind. The love-struck have no shield to defend them from manipulators planting seeds in their minds. They pulled away in Tommy's car that evening. Juliette's golden mane flowing in the breeze. A brief note to her mother saying, I'm leaving. I'll be safe with Tommy, so put your mind at ease. I promise I'll write to you when we're settled. I'm sure I'll have lots of exciting things to say. Each night she rereads that note, now worn and crumpled. She hasn't heard a word from her daughter to this day. Okay, those of you who are familiar with my stuff will know that's a song called Juliette, but it's a very abridged version. It's a song that is, I think it's 28 pages of lyrics, and the full version, I did manage to sing one full version. The clock's in at 37 minutes. There's an outtake because the camera split in two, the camera file only records a limited amount of time, and that clocks in at 45 minutes with harmonica solos. So the only way I could do it, I did toy with the idea of doing a live podcast version of it, but again the problem is, you know. But anyway, I was looking at it this morning and I just wondered if it was possible to do something along the lines of shortening it and bringing it down. And I thought I could end it there, just, you know, so it would still be a story. The full version goes on. It's kind of graphic. And comes to a catastrophic denouement, really. But by leaving it at that one there, so because the song itself, it's almost like a mini movie, and it's in 3 acts, or a play in 3 acts, really. And this kind of would be the first act, you know, so this takes them. So it starts in the present day. Dawn takes so long to pierce the night's veil. So it starts in a motel room, and then Juliette's mind drifts back, you know. 17 seemed a million years ago. And she's just turned 18 here, so if you know, so it goes back to, you know, how she got entangled with this serpent of the soul, you know, and it goes up to the mother rereading the last note that she got from her daughter, saying, you know, I'm really safe with Tommy, you're going to write me as soon as we're settled, and, you know, she hasn't, that's the last thing she got from her. Later on in the song you find out that Juliette has been writing home to her mother, telling her only good things, and Tommy saying, well, I'll post the letter for you, and he's just been throwing them straight in the bin. So I'm hoping it kind of works there, you know. I'm hoping by putting all this on the bottom that you're not now going, oh, I kind of want to hear the whole song, you know. So this is, you know, this is Juliette Act 1, but I think there's a completion about it, you know, it's a good stopping point. I guess in theory I could do the other 2 acts as well, you know. It's not a bad idea really, because there are 2 verses as a coda. But then that would be a 54-minute long song. We'll have a look at any of that, Juliette, and if you are under any kind of oppression, under any kind of heel, the heel of a jackboot or a heel of a human being, please, you know, there's no door that can be locked forever. You know, there's always an opening out there, and there's always daylight out there, and fresh air.